Hey everyone, Matron here bringing you another StarCraft 2 commentary, this time Game 3 in the Best of 5 series between Tarson, spawning as the Blue Terran, and Bly spawning as the Red Zerg. Tarson is up 2-0, so Bly does need to win this game to keep his tournament life alive. So we see the good luck, have fun, good game from Tarson, nothing from Bly. He's got to be fuming after that Game 2 loss. It probably should be 1-1 right now in tied up series, but instead Bly dropped that second game when he almost had Tarson completely demolished. Tarson was down to 2 SCVs and Bly could just not finish the deal. Tarson was able to counter. Bly had almost zero economy. He just did not press his advantage and expand or build up his economy as he was killing Tarson, and then Tarson was able to come back and roll over Bly. So we'll see what this game produces for us. Bly has got to win it. Interesting map here, Blistering Sands. At the very start of StarCraft 2, a lot of people were saying this would be a Terran-dominated map, and especially because of these backdoor rocks, very difficult for Zerg to break through. Plus, with all the ramps and multiple levels on this map, it's very easy for Terran to tank up and take a chokehold on multiple positions here and really make the map smaller for the Zerg player who just wants to expand all over the place. But since then, we haven't really seen tanks used that much in this matchup, as the Terran players are just going for that MMM mix. So we may be able to see some good play here from Bly if he's able to take advantage of this map, expand a little bit, and keep Tarson in his own corner. So we see the first scout coming out for Bly a little bit early. I'm not really sure what he's doing with that besides harassing. Do see the hatchery going down at 15 there, and then we should expect a pool as well. This drone doing its best to try to take out these SCVs, but you saw one SCV was repairing the other as it was building that barracks, so no delay in barracks completion there. As we see the first Marine about to come out, the gas steal going on once again for Bly. We saw this strategy in the second game that was able to delay the Banshee creation of Tarson quite a bit. He was only able to create the one Banshee. He was never able to get Cloak, so Bly was able to sort of throw Tarson off of his initial strategy with this gas steal. We'll see if it has the same effect in this game. So we see the spawning pool about halfway done. Here comes the extractor in Bly's own base. It looks like you actually let this extractor finish in Tarson's base, so this is going to let Tarson kill it off, whereas in the second game he was canceling it and continuing to build it over and over again, forcing those Marines to stay on it. This time he lets it finish. Might have been a bit of a mistake on his part, as it is going to go down now, and it's not going to delay the second gas for Tarson all that long. Looks like we had the factory coming out for Tarson again, as he has opened up each of these games with the barracks in the factory. We'll see if he tries another Hellion harass here. As the expansion of Bly is up and running, he does have a few Zerglings out, producing these 2 queens. Not yet done a transfer from his main to his natural. Again, with those Hellions out, sometimes the players do not want to transfer drones to that natural, as it is just more vulnerable to attack. So we see 4 Marines moving across. They're going to meet these 2 Zerglings, so we're just going for a little bit of a stroll, trying to get some scouting information on Tarson and his build. So we now see 5 Marines pushing out across this map, and Tarson just has nothing to defend right now. He does have 6 Zerglings on the way, plus this queen. Not sure it's going to be able to stand up against these Marines. So we see SCV, a Hellion, and another Marine on the way over. An SCV already here. We may see some bunker play from these SCVs. Creep tumor going down that's going to prevent the bunker from being made very close to that hatchery. So we see the queen coming out. The first Zergling is roasted. These Hellions going to try to stay in the back, do as much damage to these Zerglings as possible. More Zerglings coming in, and another queen from the main. We see these 2 queens, whether they're going to be able to stand up to this strong push of Tarson at the start. This is a lot of Marines and Hellions for the start, as we see the roaches popping out from the natural here. They are going to push back these Marines. I'm pretty sure the Marines probably could have focused down these roaches, but at what cost? So we see these 2 Hellions. Not much damage, just 3 kills on the one, and these were mostly Zerglings, as Tarson is going to be pushed back just by these few roaches now. Third roach on the way, doing a moonwalk across the map there. As we see now a third Hellion coming in and going to try to focus down these roaches, but the Hellion's not doing much damage to those armored units. More Marines streaming across the map here. Tarson is working on a command center, so pushing with aggression here and going to use that to expand. So we see more roaches rallied here, 5 in total, 7 actually. And this is going to be quite the force that Tarson's going to be coming up against. Roach is very strong against these Hellions. Creep doing a good job being spread out, so that makes the roaches even more powerful. They are going to be able to come out outside of this small choke point with that creep as it spreads. We do see the Banshee come out, as we see a cancelled creep tumor there. It's one thing you can do is if the creep tumor is being attacked, you can cancel it and it'll keep it alive, so you can expand with it later on. Banshee coming and trying to take down these roaches. I'd like to see that Banshee maybe in the main of Bly doing some drone damage, but instead looks like he's going to pull back with it, as he now has 2 Banshees and a third on the way. See another 2 barracks coming up, so this will be 3 barracks, the 1 starport, and the factory for Tarson. We see Lair Tech about to complete for Bly, and he's going to get a Baneling Nest, and he really needs to get some faster Lair Tech. We saw in the second game he just did not get any Lair Tech early on, and then with the Medivacs he was just rolled at the end by Tarson. This Banshee's not doing a very effective job. The Queen's in good position here. I'd like to see those Banshees in the main, as they'd be totally carefree with no Queens in the main, no Spore Crawlers, not even an Evolution Chamber down right now for Bly. So we see this expansion being set up for Tarson, and now 3 Banshees are going to try to pick off and lower the count of these roaches, but Bly doing a good job transfusing that 1 low roach. So these Banshees not doing much right now. Just the 3 kills on the 1. And it looks like 1 was taken out there by those Queens. So not very effective use of those Banshees right now. See Bly just pushing out more creep. Now has a nice small army of roaches and lings. He may push out here, but those Banshees are going to be trouble defending against the Zerg player, as he doesn't have any anti-air in his army right now. See a good surround on these Hellions, and that's going to take care of that threat. Overlord poking in, going to be taken down by Tarson here, but at least Bly knows the kind of army that Tarson is dealing with, mostly Marines, and then a few Banshees. Looks like we have the Spire coming along, as well as the Baneling Speed for Bly. Also seeing another hatchery being put down in the main, so an auxiliary hatchery is going to have 3 hatcheries right now. This Spire's a little bit out of the way, so any sort of scan may not show this Spire if Tarson attempts to use his orbital command to view the Zerg base. So we see destructible rocks going down, and possibly a gold expansion coming up shortly for Bly. Something we didn't see him do in the last game. He just did not expand all that well. After that initial second base, which he takes very early, we did not see him take a 3rd expansion in either of the games so far. So this does bode well for the Zerg player. You want to stay a base ahead of the Terran player, and with Tarson expanding, Bly wants to be on at least 3 bases right now. See these roaches and Zerglings just patrolling around the middle of the map. Wants to make sure Tarson's not going to push out at all here. So we see Tarson is working on concussive shell as well as the shields for the Marines. Do see that he has a tech lab on this factory, so we may see Thors against the Mutalisks once he sees those come out. See another 2 barracks coming out. That'll be 5 total. So you can definitely support 5 barracks, the factory, and the starport off these 2 bases. Looks like the destructible rocks are still full for Tarson here, so Bly may want to try to take those down, open up multiple avenues of attack. Very powerful as a Zerg player, being able to do that run by with Zerglings into the main here from the back door. Looks like he's going to do just that. Destructible rocks going down very quickly to these roaches.